In the tapestry of your shared existence, the threads of your relationship were once woven with a vibrant, yet often volatile energy. It was a dynamic interplay, a dance of opposing forces, a reflection of the profound emotional depths that characterized your connection. This energy manifested as a constant flux, an ebb and flow of intense passion, heated arguments that crackled with unspoken desires, and periods of a chilling, almost unbearable silence that hung heavy in the air between you. These dramatic shifts, these oscillations between the extremes of emotional experience, created a kind of intoxicating chaos. It was, without a doubt, a profoundly exhausting experience, draining both of you in ways that words can scarcely capture. Yet, paradoxically, it also served as a testament, a powerful witness to the sheer magnitude of the feelings that burned between your two souls. It was a crucible, forging a bond that, while often tumultuous, was undeniably strong, a bond born from the fires of intense interaction. However, as time unfolded, a significant and transformative shift began to take root within the very core of your relationship. You both, almost simultaneously, it seemed, started to turn your gazes inward, focusing more intently on the landscapes of your own selves, on the unfolding narratives of your individual lives, and on the unique and deeply personal purposes that called to your hearts. This redirection of focus was not born of a waning of love, nor did it signify a diminishing of the deep affection you held for one another. It was not a sign that the flame of your connection was flickering or fading. Instead, this shift arose from a place of profound self-awareness, a conscious and deliberate decision to prioritize the essential work of personal growth and self-improvement. It was a recognition that, in order to truly thrive as individuals, and ultimately, to thrive together, each of you needed to embark on a journey of inner exploration, to cultivate your own potential, and to nurture the seeds of your own becoming. It was a choice made not from a place of separation, but from a place of seeking wholeness, of striving for a more complete and integrated existence. And yet, even amidst this shift, even as you both turned your attention to the inner work of self-discovery, an unexpected and rather poignant development began to unfold. Your person, the one with whom you had shared countless memories, the one who had been a central figure in the story of your life, developed an intense, almost consuming, obsession with you. It was a turn of events that spoke volumes about the complex dynamics that had always been at play between you. In the past, you had been their constant, their unwavering presence, a beacon of stability in the often stormy seas of their life. You were always there, a reliable and steadfast source of support, offering your time, your energy, and your unconditional love without ever expecting anything in return. You were their rock, the solid foundation upon which they could build, the unshakable anchor that held them steady in a world that often felt chaotic and uncertain. You were the quiet strength, the enduring presence that they could always count on. You possessed a remarkable capacity for forgiveness, a quality that allowed you to see beyond their flaws, to look past their imperfections, and to focus instead on the inherent goodness that resided within them. You chose to see the potential for growth, the possibility of transformation, rather than dwelling on their shortcomings. You extended grace, time and time again, believing in their capacity for change and for a deeper, more authentic connection. But, tragically, they failed to truly grasp the profound significance of your love and your forgiveness. They took your presence for granted, assuming that your devotion was a given, an unalterable fact of their existence. They accepted your affections without fully understanding the depth of your feelings, the sacrifices you made, and the immense value of what you offered. They did not comprehend the rarity and the preciousness of the gift that was your unwavering love. It wasn't until you, with a surge of inner strength and a newfound sense of self-worth, decided to reclaim your power, to step into your own sovereignty, that they began to awaken to the true value of what they had so carelessly lost. You made the courageous decision to walk away from a situation that had become manipulative, a dynamic that was draining your spirit and hindering your growth. You chose self-respect, the sanctity of your own well-being, over the allure of a relationship that had become toxic, a connection that was no longer serving your highest good. This decision was not made lightly. It was not a rash or impulsive act, but rather a carefully considered choice, born from a place of deep introspection and a profound understanding of your own needs. It required immense strength, a reservoir of inner fortitude that you may not have even realized you possessed. It demanded courage, the willingness to step into the unknown, to face the uncertainty of a future without them, and to trust in your own ability to create a life that was aligned with your true essence. It was a necessary act of self-preservation, a vital step on your journey towards healing and wholeness. Your decision to cease the pursuit, to stop chasing after them, served as a profound wake-up call for them. It shattered the illusion of permanence, the assumption that your love and devotion would endure regardless of their actions. They were forced to confront the reality that relationships, like all things in life, are not static, but rather dynamic entities that require nurturing, attention, and mutual respect to flourish. They began to understand, with a growing sense of regret, that if they did not value what they had been given, if they did not cherish the love that had been so freely offered, it would not last forever. They now grapple with the weight of their actions, the realization that they had made a monumental mistake by engaging in mind games, by playing with your emotions, and by treating your love with a casualness that it did not deserve. They are filled with a deep and abiding regret for the pain they caused you, for the wounds they inflicted, and for the opportunities they squandered. They yearn for the chance to undo their past behavior, to rewrite the narrative of your shared history. You, on the other hand, always loved them, and this love transcended the limitations of time, distance, and circumstance. Your love was pure, selfless, and unwavering, a beacon of constancy in a world of change. You gave freely, without calculation or expectation, offering your heart with an openness that was both vulnerable and profoundly powerful. But they, in their limited understanding, mistakenly assumed that you were like others, that you were someone who would abandon them at the first sign of trouble, someone whose love was conditional and easily swayed. They failed to perceive the extraordinary depth of your love, the lengths to which you were willing to go for them, and the unwavering commitment that lay at the heart of your devotion. They underestimated the power of your loyalty, the resilience of your spirit, and the enduring nature of your affection. They are now acutely aware that their inconsistent behavior, their unpredictable actions, and their emotional unavailability ultimately exhausted you. They understand that their actions, their words, and their lack of consistent effort pushed you away, causing you to create a necessary distance between yourselves, a space that allowed you to breathe, to heal, and to reconnect with your own inner truth. This realization has led them to a period of deep and painful reflection, a time of reckoning with the consequences of their behavior, and a dawning awareness of the profound impact their actions had on you. In response to their actions, in the aftermath of their choices, you made a conscious and empowering decision to reinvest in your own life, to turn your attention back to the dreams and aspirations that had always resided within your heart. You chose to focus on your personal growth, on cultivating your talents, and on nurturing the seeds of your own happiness. You decided, with a newfound clarity, to put yourself first, to prioritize your own needs and desires, and to create a life that was fulfilling, meaningful, and authentic. This shift in focus, this redirection of your energy, has proven to be a significant turning point in the trajectory of your relationship. It has marked a departure from the old patterns, a break from the cycle of pain and disappointment, and the beginning of a new chapter, one defined by self-love, self-respect, and a commitment to your own well-being. The depth of my longing for you is a vast and immeasurable ocean, far greater than you could possibly comprehend, a longing that permeates every fiber of my being. It is a constant undercurrent, a persistent ache that colors my every experience. Every corner I turn, every street I walk down, every object I lay my eyes upon, seems to bear some semblance to you, a subtle reminder of your presence, a whisper of your essence. It's as if the very fabric of the universe is conspiring to remind me of your absence, to amplify the void that your departure has left in my life. It is a cosmic orchestration, a symphony of reminders, a constant echo of your name in the chambers of my heart. The world around me, once vibrant and full of life, now seems to reflect the emptiness that I feel within. The most excruciating part of it all, the pain that cuts deepest, is not having you here with me, not being able to reach out and touch you, to feel the warmth of your skin against mine, to hear the sound of your laughter, that sweet melody that once filled my days with joy. Your absence is a physical pain, a constant and unrelenting reminder of the distance that now separates us, a chasm that yawns between our two souls. It is a hollow ache, a yearning that consumes me from the inside out. The silence between us is deafening, a stark and painful contrast to the times when our conversations would flow effortlessly, when our words would intertwine and create a symphony of shared thoughts and feelings, a harmonious exchange of ideas and emotions. This silence, this lack of communication, is something I find utterly unbearable. It is a stark reminder of the chasm that has formed between us, a barrier that separates us in a way that feels both profound and devastating. I believe that this is the longest we have ever gone without seeing each other, without hearing the sound of each other's voices, without sharing the simple, everyday moments that once constituted the beautiful tapestry of our shared life. It's a record I never wished to set, a milestone I never wanted to reach, a testament to a separation that feels both unnatural and deeply wounding. Every morning, as the first rays of sunlight peek through my window, painting the sky with hues of gold and rose, I instinctively reach out for my phone, my heart pounding with a mixture of hope and trepidation. My heart races as I unlock it, hoping against hope that I will see your name illuminated on the screen, a sign that you are thinking of me, that you feel the same longing that consumes me, that you miss me as much as I miss you. I long for a call, a message, a simple gesture that would bridge the distance between us, a sign that you are still present in my thoughts, that our connection has not been severed completely. But then, reality sets in, crashing down upon me like a tidal wave, and I am left staring at a blank screen, a void that mirrors the emptiness in my heart. The harsh truth hits me like a ton of bricks, a heavy weight that settles in my soul. I was the one who ruined things. I was the one who shattered our magical bond, who broke the connection that once seemed unbreakable, a bond forged in the crucible of shared experiences and mutual understanding. Honestly, I never thought you would walk away this time. We have had our share of disagreements and misunderstandings in the past, moments of conflict and friction that tested the strength of our connection. We have weathered storms, navigated choppy waters, and faced challenges that threatened to tear us apart. But, through it all, we have always found our way back to each other. We have always managed to mend our broken pieces, to rebuild our connection, and to emerge from the darkness stronger and more resilient than before. But this time, it feels different. This time, you are silent, not uttering a word, not giving any indication of your thoughts or feelings. You have withdrawn into a space of quiet contemplation, leaving me to grapple with the uncertainty of your intentions and the weight of my own regrets. I implore you, with every fiber of my being, to send me some signs, some indication that you still think of me, that I still occupy a space within your heart. I need to know that you are still hopeful about our connection, that you haven't given up on us, that there is still a chance for reconciliation and healing. Trust me when I say this, you are all I think about. You are the first thought that crosses my mind when I wake up in the morning, the gentle whisper that pulls me from the depths of sleep, and the last one before I drift off to sleep at night, the final image that lingers in my consciousness as I surrender to the embrace of dreams. You are in my dreams, a recurring presence in the nocturnal landscapes of my subconscious, and in my waking thoughts, a constant and unwavering presence that colors my perception of the world. Without you, I feel incomplete, a fragment of myself, a puzzle with a missing piece. Your emotional support, your unwavering understanding, and your boundless love are what I need to face the challenges of life, to navigate the complexities of existence, and to find meaning and purpose in a world that often feels chaotic and unpredictable. You are my rock, my anchor, my safe haven, the place where I can find solace, comfort, and refuge from the storms of life. Without you, I can't even begin to imagine what my future would look like. You are an integral part of my life, a vital component of my being, a piece of the puzzle that completes the picture, the missing element that brings harmony and balance to my existence. You have given meaning to my existence, showing me what it feels like to be truly loved, to be cherished, to be valued, and to be held in the highest regard. You have taught me the true essence of love and companionship, the profound beauty of shared intimacy, the power of vulnerability, and the transformative potential of a deep and meaningful connection. And now, how could you leave me, just when I am trying to pave the way for us, when I am striving to make things right, to fix what is broken, to mend what has been torn apart? I implore you, from the depths of my heart, to reconsider, to give us another chance, to allow our love to find its way back to us, to rekindle the flame that once burned so brightly between us. Because without you, my world is incomplete. Without you, I am just a ship lost at sea, tossed about by the waves of uncertainty, a bird with a broken wing, unable to soar to the heights of its potential, a song without a melody, a story without a heart. You are the missing piece of my puzzle, the key to my happiness, the love of my life, and I miss you far more than you could ever realize, a longing that transcends words, a yearning that resonates in the very core of my being. In the past, your partner adopted a strategy of control, a subtle and insidious tactic, by creating a distance between you two. This was their chosen method of managing the situation, their attempt to steer the course of your relationship according to their own terms, to dictate the dynamics of your connection, and to maintain a sense of power and dominance. They believed that by keeping themselves at arm's length, by maintaining a certain emotional detachment, they could control the flow of your interactions and shape the direction of your shared journey. However,